Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I mean, 18.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
The election were held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
Well, first, can I just make something clear?
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to talk about something with you because I feel like a
What was your
huge
birth year, by
problem
the way?
there. 2008,
And what month you born?
July.
Okay. And is this topic about why you support Trump?
Partly.
Then no. Only talk about what is going to be related to why you support Trump. So why do you support Trump?
Okay. Well, my number one is abortion
Okay. Why do you think abortion is wrong?
because I think it's murder.
Okay. Why do you think it's murder?
I feel like, well, I am religious too, but I'm going to try to stay away from religion. I feel like um, life starts at conception, and I think the ending of a possible human life is murder.
Okay. Do you think it's murder to pull the plug on an individual in your family that is brain dead?
I think that's like a false equivalence because you're talking about something that's permanently damaged and irreversible compared to something that has a possibility of life.
Oh no, they still are living. They still have cellular life. It's just they don't have a future subjective experience. So if you just cited
Yeah.
cellular life as a value that you have, it is a comparable thing because the value that you provided was just cellular life. If the notion of value that you have is cellular life plus a future subjective experience, you'd then have to specify that position.
Okay, well, I'm not exactly sure how I would specify that position then. Maybe I don't know the exact terminology, but uh I believe that a fetus has the possibility of life, and pulling the plug on someone who's brain dead is it's irreversible damage that you don't have a possibility to make any more. You I don't really know if you're technically conscious, but you can't do anything else in your life. Like, it's pretty much over. You're just being supported by machines. And I know you're gonna say you're just being supported by the mother if you're in the stomach still, but
If you're sentient and you're being supported by machines, we don't think you should be able to pull the plug.
what was that? Sorry.
If you're sentient and you're going to be on machines for the rest of your life, we still think you should be kept alive.
I think it would just be like ending misery.
What if they're not in misery?
But you should, what, are you just gonna leave them there forever?
If they're still sentient, yeah. As long as they would want to, yeah.
Okay, well then that wouldn't that prove my point even more?
No. And also, where does pregnancy occur in the human body?
In the uterus.
Okay. Did you say in the stomach earlier, sir?
Sorry, I didn't mean that. It's just the part that grows.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
But yeah, I think that it's not comparable, those two things, because one is the possibility of a life, and one is one that cannot be reversed. It's already over, pretty much.
I'm
I
confused
don't
what your
really,
point is there. So you're saying someone's life is already over. What if it's like a brain dead baby?
then also,
They haven't
again,
lived their life yet. Is it murder to pull the plug?
it's not murder because, again, there has been damage to their brain that is irreversible.
Yeah, but if they still have cellular life, what's the distinction between that and a zygote?
Because a zygote can still grow and can still
So
develop.
if it can't, a zygote can't grow, then you don't value it.
I would say that, yeah. I would say if it cannot grow, it can't develop, then yes. If it was damaging the mother, and it really had no chance to grow or develop into a
No, it's not. It's like a
human.
damaging. If it's just in a petri dish.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, if you cause fertilization in a petri dish and it just stays in
Okay.
that petri dish, do you think you value it as a person?
I do.
You do. It's a person to you.
Because again, it can have the possibility to live and become a human like us.
Oh, okay. So then you think the IVF process is serial murder?
I don't know what that is.
IVF process, in vitro fertilization. There's around 400,000 patients per year in the United States. Each patient, on average, it's around 5 to 7 zygotes or embryos that are discarded per patient, on average. How do you feel about that?
Um, Again, I don't want to sound like I don't want to say anything I don't actually mean because I'm not super educated on that. But again, my stance is if it has the possibility to grow and become a human and live a life just like us, and you choose to intentionally end that because simply like you I don't like I'm not supporting I don't support necessarily all of the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Like if
So
you
is that
were,
murder? Like to discard those zygotes or embryos?
again, I don't want to say something I don't exactly mean because I'm not super educated on that subject.
Okay, I guess maybe you need to look into it because that would meet your criteria. The reason why I gave you this example is because they are cellular human lives that are lost.
Okay, then yeah, I would, because I don't think that it's okay to end something when it has a possibility of becoming a human, or it is a human, but becoming a grown human that lives on its own outside of the uterus.
I'm really confused. Um, how about this? Why do you value a potential valuable entity more than a current valuable entity having autonomy over their own body?
I don't.
So then why would you think it should be illegal to get access to an abortion?
I because first of all, if you're saying, I think that's completely different, and you should be able to get an abortion.
Oh,
But
well, they've heard of restricted access to abortion if people have been in a bunch of different states around the U.S.
yeah,
because of
I just said I don't
Donald
agree with
Trump's
that.
Roe versus Wade overturning of it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with everything, but this part of it, I do agree that if you and another person choose to have intercourse and you become pregnant, that's on you, and you should have to either raise that baby or figure out a way to give it a happy life. And I think it's murder if you get an abortion because, again, like I said, it's a potential human life, again, that can live and grow and have experiences just like everybody else. And if you take that away, it never gets that chance. I don't think it's fair to say just because it isn't conscious yet that it's not a human.
Is it wrong to pull out?
No.
But there's a potential human life there.
Yes, but it's not even like starting the process of
So of what's
becoming a
valuable
human.
yet, right? So
Yeah.
before it's valuable, you don't value it. Like before it's developed this valuable quality.
I think it becomes
Even if it
valuable.
just has the potential for that valuable quality.
I see I see what you're saying, and I definitely need to improve my point. I need to understand. I need to improve my stance better. So, but yeah, like I think the second it starts to develop and become a human, that's when it has value to me, and that's why I think uh, it should be illegal to have abortions.
Okay, but like you said, it was because something has the potential to to be in a valuable state. You think it's wrong to engage in an action that prevents it from being able to reach that stage. I could say the same thing about like if two people are engaging in intercourse, there's active potential there. If they keep going, it could produce a life, right? So they're
Yes,
engaging in
but
action to prevent a future valuable state from existing. How is that any different in a meaningful sense?
because once it's already developing, it's already on its way to becoming a human. It can't live, like sperm cells can't live on their own. Like they die immediately, if almost immediately, if they're not mixed with an egg.
They don't die almost immediately. It takes a few days, but
Okay, well
um,
they die quickly.
yeah. So, but like you're still not understanding. They're still in a circumstance where there is a likelihood that it will produce a child in the future. There's potential.
Yeah, but not on its own.
What? I'm confused. What do you understand that if they continue on that process and they don't stop from doing so, it will naturally yield that outcome in a likely sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not. I'm confused on what your point is, though.
Okay. I what do you think my point is? How about that?
I'm not. I'm not really sure. I mean, like my point is that once the development of a human life starts, is when it gains value.
Okay. I don't think we're moving anywhere with this conversation. Is there anything else you want to talk about or go over?
I mean, that was really it. Thanks for your
Okay.
time. I
All right.
appreciate what you did.
Appreciate you going.